Well, good morning. Here we are again, another Friday. And I started this once and kind of messed up by trying to lighten up my screen, but I'm going to see if I can do, there we go. So this is Lynn from Holistic Health and Wellness, and it is Friday, February the 2nd. And I have to say, I just cannot believe we're already into February. I just don't know, the time's just flying by so quickly. So I hope for you, if you're not in a warm climate, that the weather soon bucks up for you, because I know that we've had it pretty bad throughout the States, and I know places like the UK have had it really cold, snowy, rainy. So as we go into February, I know here in Florida we tend to think a little more about the spring because our weather starts getting quite a bit warmer. And of course spring brings a whole different feeling for us for many while still in the throes of winter. It can be depressing, it can be and cause anxiety. You can get what you've heard called over here is cabin fever. So, you know, in anticipation of it being warming up a little bit, I wanted to talk a little bit about some things that you can do to renew your energy. I know for the longest time, and I've shared this with you before, but there were many times when I would go through my day and I had no idea at that time how helpful it was to eat in a specific way to help you get more energized. So I would go about my day eating junk for breakfast. In fact, I was just thinking about it yesterday that for so many years we didn't think anything about going through a fast food place, grabbing something for breakfast, or even when we were up with my in-laws, my father-in-law's favorite place to go for breakfast actually was McDonald's. So, you know, I would eat that kind of food. I'd eat junk food for lunch, and then I'd come home and eat kind of stodgy things. You know, we were kind of raised eating mashed potatoes, roasted potatoes, excuse me, all those things that are kind of stodgy and starchy that don't really help you. Yeah, we're beginning allergy season here in Florida. They don't really help you feel energized. And I don't know about you, but I would find myself at work in the daytime and I would literally be typing and I could fall asleep while I was typing, and then I kind of, you know what that's like when you've fallen asleep when you weren't supposed to and you suddenly jump awake and there you are thinking, oh, did anybody see me? And then you feel kind of stupid. Well, I was there many times. So it took me quite a while to figure out, you know, a healthy lifestyle was something that I needed to really help up the game for me. I was a big coffee drinker. I would start as soon as I got up, and it would be nothing for me to still have coffee at 8 o'clock at night and still be able to sleep. But the ups and downs of caffeine can be things like dehydration. I didn't know at that time, but for every cup of coffee that you have and you think that you're getting liquid, it's actually dehydrating your body. So really the rule of thumb should be, if you're drinking a cup of coffee, then you should have a glass of water to hydrate yourself again. And it's not putting you ahead of the game with water, unfortunately. It's just equalizing things out for you. So the other thing that too much caffeine can bring is blood sugar ups and downs, mood swings, you know, things that we don't even think about. So of course with my clients, and what I'm going to say to you now is drink water. I know you've heard me say it so many times, but most Americans are chronically dehydrated, and I would say that goes for most of Europe as well. I know, having lived in England for so many years, we did not put water as a priority, and even when I would go home to visit, even their bottled water didn't taste as good as ours does. So it was really hard to drink as much water when I was over there. But before you go to sugar or caffeine, think about that, and instead opt for a glass of water. Wait for a few minutes and see what happens, because very often when we have a glass of water, we'll begin to feel better. We won't be as hungry, so you're not as likely to grab for that snack that's probably with you that's not an energy producing snack. So, you know, soft drinks here in the States are the #1 source of added sugar, same for elsewhere in the world. So really, the more you can get on the bandwagon with water, the better off you are. So tip number 3, eat dark, healthy vegetables. Greens are associated with spring, so for some of us it's kind of hard to think of that. But then again, also in the winter, we have some great winter vegetables that, you know, are dark, leafy, green vegetables. And they give vital energy. They can give you a feeling of renewal and refreshing. Greens are full of vitamins and nutrients, as you know, and they're great for improving circulation, lifting the spirit, purifying the blood, which is a big advantage, and also strengthening the immune system. And at the moment we're going through a really bad flu epidemic here in the States and in other parts of the world, so eating dark leafy greens can really have advantages for you. So broccoli, collards, which I really have never got used to even though I live in the South, bok choy, kale I love, mustard greens, not so thrilled, broccoli rabe, that can also, I know we used to pick that in England, and it kind of can look like, they call it something a little bit different to that in our grocery store, but it kind of looks like broccoli. Dandelion greens, something that we don't often think about, but they are great for your health. So #1, reduce and eliminate coffee, drink your water, eat dark leafy greens, and #4, use gentle sweets. So avoid sugar and chemically made artificial sweeteners. So use the gentle sweeteners like maple syrup, brown rice syrup, agave nectar, natural stevia, honey, and eat sweet vegetables, something like yams, carrots, and beets. And gosh, I love beets. I could do a whole thing about beets because I just love them so much. So #5, get some physical activity. Start with some simple activities like walking or yoga. So if you can get up 10 minutes early and start doing something like that first thing in the morning, it will give you a boost of energy. So that's always a real plus for being energized. And also, of course, it helps your whole mental and physical being. Get more sleep, rest, and relaxation. So when you're tired or you're stressed, your body will crave energy. I mean, that's a no-brainer. You're tired, you're stressed, what do you want to do? You want to be energized. The first thing you might reach for is an energy drink. Not a good idea. When you're tired, you might think, if you're home, oh, let me take a nap. Well, if it's too late in the evening, then it messes with your sleep patterns at night. So the cravings often come as a result of being sleep deprived. I don't know if you've ever thought about that, but if you're craving something sweet or something savory, think about what your sleep patterns have been like. Maybe you've been going to bed late or waking up early for months, maybe even years on end. So I have a client that I've only been seeing for a couple of weeks, and with working with me, she said even after just a week, I could feel how much more energy I had, and I could feel how much better I was sleeping. So, you know, that is just so cool when you see people see that just within a week of changing what they have been doing. So the next thing is evaluate the amount of animal foods that you eat. So are you eating too much meat, too much dairy, chicken, eggs? Those all can lead to low energy. And just as a tip here, eating too little can also lead to too little energy. So many times we think if we're trying to diet, if we're trying to lose weight, let's just skip a meal, or maybe you're very busy and you skip a meal, but that leaves you feeling drained and lacking in energy. So experiment, respect your body, learn to know your body. If you're really tired, think about, did I skip a meal today? And then when you eat a meal, eat a high value meal, something that's got lots of energy producing foods. So number 8 is take time for yourself. So I know that we've had a tendency to think that self-care or taking time to yourself can be something that is selfish, but actually it's not. It's something that restores your energy. It helps you feel better, because how can you help other people if you don't have the energy to take care of yourself, and if you're not taking care of yourself? You know, in this day and age, we're called upon to do some things to take care of older family members or sick kids, or you know, just our family. It can be such a busy lifestyle, so be sure and take time for yourself. Find something you enjoy doing. It might be taking a walk in the fresh air. It might be soaking in a bath that maybe you put some lavender water in and it's relaxing. For you, it might be going to a museum, a movie. Whatever it is that helps you to feel energized, schedule some time for yourself to do that. So, as another thing, get in touch with your spirituality, with spiritual beings in a physical world. So find ways to get in touch with your spiritual side, whether it's meditating, dancing, drawing, praying, going to church. Just being in nature can increase your spirituality and make you more aware of what's going on around you. Whatever your spiritual thing is, then take time for that. For me, you know, it is going to church and enjoying being around that atmosphere. So get in touch with that side of yourself. To be who you were intended to be, it involves more than just this body. It's mentally, it's spiritually, it's emotionally, and it's taking care of your body. So another thing, this is the last tip, get rid of the relationships that drain you. People, yes, they can drain you of energy. Think about some of the people you might know. They might be work colleagues. You're around them and suddenly you just feel depleted. Some of them might be what's known as drama queens, and they sap you of your energy. It doesn't mean that these people are bad whatsoever, but some types of people drain us of our energy. But it's good to notice who around you does drain you and why they drain you, because the more aware of that you are, the more you can do something about it. So see if you can transform those relationships by communicating and setting boundaries for yourself. If that doesn't work, you know, sometimes we have to end relationships. But, you know, our goal should be to make peace with others and to get along with one another. We can benefit from other people. We can learn from other people. We should value our relationships with other people, and especially with our families. So investing in your family and in your friends is a great way to go. If you're not having a good day, you know, having a good friend to just talk to and just be with can really be uplifting and energizing for you. So, yes, I can honestly report that I no longer have those energy slumps. My whole lifestyle has changed. So now I'm a lot more refreshed and revitalized. I feel more like I've got a handle on anti-aging. I have a handle on my weight. I have a handle on how I can manage my stress more effectively. I take care of myself a lot better. I don't load myself up with sweets. You know, it's just been a whole revolution, but it's not been something that's done overnight. That's why, you know, even just trying a little bit at a time can help. And as I tell my clients, don't jump in there and expect everything just to be great and you can do it all in one go, because you're not going to achieve sustainable results. If you put in some options a few at a time, make some changes a few at a time, then it becomes more of a lifestyle for you and something that you can really sustain and have good success with. So again, if you want to be energized, if you want to live a life, because when we have energy, we're revitalized, we're rejuvenated, and we feel able to cope and we feel ageless. So reduce or eliminate caffeine, drink more water, eat dark leafy greens, use gentle sweets, get in some physical activities, get more sleep, rest and relaxation, evaluate the amounts of food, animal food wise, that you eat, take time for yourself, get in touch with your spirituality, and get rid of relationships that drain you or are maybe toxic for you. So I hope that that helps. I would love for you to drop in a comment in the chat box below. For those of you that pick up this live on the replay, I would love to connect with you and talk to you. So today I'm going to drop in a link to my shortened version of a salad. It's an energy-packed power salad that will help you feel energized throughout the afternoon. It's a great thing to take for lunch, and of course it's yours for free. I'll put the link up there. You can just click on that and try it out, because the more energy producing foods that we eat, then the more energized and revitalized we feel. Yep, I'm on my bandbox about that, because I really believe it's so. I've seen it in my own life, and I just cannot stress enough what a difference I've made with adding some of these things into my life. So I will see you on the next live stream. If you have any questions, as always, pop them into my Facebook page, or feel free to join my group for the Invigorated Professional Woman and Entrepreneur for continuing tips throughout the week and recipes. I post recipes in there, so if you're a recipe lover, that's a great place to be. Just search the Invigorated and Professional Woman and the right one will pop up. So I would love to see you in there, would love to have a chance to get to know you better. And again, this is Lynn from Holistic Health and Wellness. I hope not only do you enjoy the rest of your Friday, but that you have a great and restful and relaxing weekend. Bye.